Greetings, dear friends! I present to your attention the most common malfunctions and breakdowns that occur on the Ford Focus. On the Russian market, the car is presented with a naturally aspirated 1.6 engine with 105 and 125 HP, with as well as with a 1.5 EcoBoost turbo engine with a capacity of 150 liters. With, in general, all power units are quite reliable and economical. The most powerful of these consumes 6.7 liters on 100 kilometers on the combined cycle. Learn more about Ford Focus 3 engines. Do they have typical problems? In the pre-styling version, carbon deposits formed in the combustion chamber of the 1.6 engine, which caused problems with cold start. If this defect was combined with a faulty idle speed sensor, then the car simply stalled. The manufacturer has eliminated this drawback, but when buying the third generation Focus before 2014, it is better to find out in detail from the owner how it starts up in winter. The rest of massive problems in Focus 3: no motors. It is important to regularly undergo scheduled maintenance. Change oil and filters, then the engine will serve for a long time and without complaints. The motors are paired with classic mechanics and automatic transmission, as well as with a robotic power shift gearbox. The latter provides the best dynamics and reduces fuel consumption, but at the same time requires special care. It is better to change the oil in it more often. It happens that power shift over time begins to kick, twitch, emit a grinding noise when changing gears. All this is mainly due to lack of proper care. If the attitude towards robots is skeptical, you can always choose a classic automatic machine or mechanics. True, the manual transmission also has problems. Despite the simple design, the oil seals are leaking. Owners are faced with this rather quickly, in the first 10,000 kilometers, but this is not a rule, but rather an exception. On some cars, the EPS electric booster has defects due to which the car drifts sideways when driving. The steering wheel becomes heavy and unruly. Usually the problem is solved by updating the firmware. The disadvantage of steering in the Ford Focus 3 is that the electric power steering motor is assembled with the steering rack, and you have to change everything at once to replace it, which increases the cost of repairing the Ford Focus 3. The car's suspension is good enough. She is able to withstand heavy loads, but you should not get carried away here. For fast driving on potholes, nothing good will come, and this applies to any car. What else can you say about the chassis of the Ford Focus 3? It happens that stabilizer bushings crack in winter, and this is probably the only complaint about the suspension of an American car. In the third generation of the car, many modern systems appeared: recognition of road signs, parallel parking assistance, automatic high beam control, monitoring of blind spots, and much more. We can talk for a long time about the Ford Focus 3 Electrics, but most importantly, how reliable is it? Despite the abundance of electronic systems, owners really rarely complain about them, unless the rain sensor is sometimes triggered in clear weather and the heated side mirrors sometimes malfunction. For the rest, electrical repairs for Ford Focus 3 are rare. The build quality of the cabin is quite good, but still cracks may appear in places: in the seatbelt area, at the radio, vents, salon mirror. The rating of dual plastic is rare, plus it is often found in many cars. On this information about the problems of Ford Focus is exhausted. If you know more or disagree with what you have heard, I'm waiting for you in the comments.